Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio, the noisy neighbours. Join myself, Fox Chair, on the show tonight is my mucker, Bridgeman. How are we doing, Bridge?
I'm doing very, very well. Oops, that came on the wrong time there, did it? Get off. Get off. For God's sake, what's going on? Sorry, pal.
Here, Bridge.
Oh, no, sorry, pal. Right, I'm doing very well, thank you very much, and I hope you're doing well too.
Yes, I am. Yeah, Mr. Mackay, we don't want to be anything to do with your club. Yeah, noisy neighbours or anything. Just go away. Go away. Yeah, Bridge.
See, one of the chaps got arrested today. Did you see that?
I'm not interested in that, Bridge. I'm not
okay, just that's it.
Yeah. But, hopefully found guilty and everything will crumble.
That's what we're looking for. Absolutely.
Like a pack of cats. Anyway, how are you? Anticipation building up?
For God's sake, I'm going mental.
Nervous, Bridge?
I'm going mental. Yes, very, very excited. I'm shouting at the wife, telling her this is the biggest game of the season.
She can't hear you.
This is the biggest game of the season, doll. You know, you must agree with that, doll. You must agree with that. You know, if you don't go to this house.
You gave her a pass to go shopping tomorrow afternoon?
Oh, what a drubbing I got off her. What a drubbing. Seriously. But no, it's a really, really big, important game, isn't it? And of course, apparently, because of the COVID thing, there might be some problems with the Rangers fans gathering. So you need to watch out for that. So all you bears, just watch out. Make sure you're okay. That's all you need to do. Make sure you're okay.
Yep. Glasgow's still in Tier 3, but I don't think it's anything near Ibrox Stadium. I think the postcodes are near Hampden Stadium.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, over there. It's all to do with Nicola Sturgeon, apparently.
Right, okay. She was all right with her. She was all right when people gathered yesterday. But there you go. We know, Bridge, we know their agenda. It's the flag they don't like. It's the flag we fly they don't like. Anyway, we're getting nervous. It's build up. And Bridgeman, it is the biggest game of the season because if we win tomorrow, we go the whole season undefeated.
You just look at
undefeated.
This. Yeah, absolutely. And if we go through, we win, and if we don't get any goals against us, my goodness gracious, probably the least amount of goals against anywhere in the world, probably for a top league. Incredible for a whole season. Absolutely unbelievable. That's providing we do it, of course, you know. So mind Rangers, keep it going, and them do it.
Mm-hmm. And the emotion is starting to build up in the support. I don't know if you can feel it, mate. You're a man of a lot of experience.
I'm as high as I can. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't even think I'll get a nap tonight. I'll be up all night thinking about it. Seriously, huge game. I just so desperately sad, and for the fans that we never get into our stadium to see our team. Just a pity.
Yeah. It's been strange. It's been a strange year away from football. It's been a strange year watching the football, but it's also bizarrely been a great year for us as Blue Noses.
Well, you know, like what can I say? I've said it every bloody week all season. This is a fantastic season. This will be the best season if it all happens the way we've been tweeting about it. If this all happens like we're speaking, this will be the best season, in my opinion, I've ever seen with Rangers ever. I've never known anything like this. It's just quite incredible. Seriously.
Okay. I think a caller's joined us before we're even opening up. I'm not sure who that is. Evening, caller. How are you?
Did you hear that?
That's a tambourine, man.
That changed. That marks the start of Rangers Radio title celebrations.
Yes, get in there, Skip. How you doing?
How we doing, Skipper?
I'm just wonderful. And if you listen very carefully tomorrow, just as Tav raises the trophy, you'll hear a triangle playing over the tannoy system.
Oh, excellent. Well done, pal.
Fantastic.
I've been assured. Dave King sorted it all out for me. You know,
Dave-
Well,
him
use
being to the
Castlemore
same,
boys, all right.
well, you know, same leafy suburbs as Fox and myself.
Leafy suburb, they're brilliant. Just brilliant.
How are we, Skipper?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Did you put my name down for the trip down the water?
Yeah, so as I'm on with the details. Now, here's the details of the booze cruise. The Vital Spark has dropped anchor off Port Glasgow this evening. Now, Mrs. Portbear, a lovely lady. I mean, I used to think that you know, that big Stevie was punching above his weight, but see, when I met Mrs. Portbear, well, she's very kindly. She's putting the crew of the Vital Spark up. She's giving them lodgings over the weekend.
I take it Portbear was a
I asked her what Portbear thought of that, and she said it's getting on today with him.
That's fair enough.
So, and she says that he actually might like it because that might have somebody in the house that will want to talk to him.
Maybe.
But
No, I can't
What
stop
was it?
laughing. Stop it, Skipper.
the
boy.
arrangements for the music.
Yes,
Now, obviously, I'll be on the triangle.
of course.
TB's get the Coleman tissue paper.
Yes.
Ronnie's on the tambourine.
Right. Ronnie's got good wrist action, yes.
Various other lobby dogs will be playing. Depends who turns up. It's a wee bit like the bistro on match day. You just don't know who's going to be there. We also get Bridgeman and Port Bear on the castanets.
Oh, the castanets. Oh, my God.
I've got them frilly shirts. They're a salmon pink with canary yellow cuffs and the white brimmed hats. But Parahandy says there's to be no stamping of the Cuban heels on the deck of the Vital Spark.
For God's sake. We'll spoil it that well.
And then the bar will remain open throughout the cruise. How long the cruise will last depends. We've got a provisional booking to get into Down for Mer Cole. And Bridgeman says he promised he'll buy another 6 cans of pale ale to keep the party in full swing.
Brilliant.
Butterbean was going to supply some fruit, but I'm afraid this year again he's had trouble with his plums.
Well, Bobby always seems to run into problems about this time
So
of
much
year
so
with
that
his
this year
plums.
he's took a chopper to the plums. And the plum tree is no more.
The last time I was talking to Mrs. Butterbean, she was also complaining about Butterbean's plums.
Was I know when he was doing the bathroom up for her?
It may have been, mate. It may have been.
Stop. Oh, my God.
So the only other thing we need is a final number for the sausage rolls. I was going to see if we could maybe get a deal with Greg's, because I don't know how many they'll need tomorrow for George Square.
Jim Paisley's got one of these big American freezers. He's got a lot of stuff in there, mate, left over.
Oh, excellent. All we need now is a van.
Jim Paisley's your man. Van with a trailer.
Jim Paisley, right? Jim Paisley. A man with a van.
Skipper, brilliant to hear from
Yes.
you, mate. Tell me honestly, mate. I know you're a man for you like a laugh and a joke, but there's a serious side to it all. Tell us what this season's meant to you, mate.
Absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Seriously. This Monday is my birthday. And way back in August, the only thing I wanted for my birthday was Rangers to win the league. I didn't have any other trophy. Seriously, if you'd have gave me the choice of winning even the European trophy as well as the league, Scottish Cup, but no winning the league, no, I would have taken the league. And
I thought
nothing
every
else.
day was your birthday with the Thai twins.
Well, I always struggle with them. I'm going to get awful fat because they keep offering me extras.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Skipper.
But as I say, seriously, this means everything to me. And like a lot of us over the past decade, I've lost people, family members.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get to see us. And my God, am I going to enjoy this tomorrow?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I get where you're coming from with that one, mate. And again, I thank you for the support you gave me, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thank all you everybody involved in the show, and the whole gang, everybody all carrying on in the lobby and all the rest. It was just a bit of time. But as I'll run away and let the sensible folk get on with
it. Before you go,
I couldn't let this weekend go by without giving you a wee quick call.
Yeah, before you go, mate, give some of the guys in the lobby a shout out. Some of the guys that are there every night and chatting away and keeping you going. Give them a shout out. CB and all your crew going.
They want money.
I carry on. Just give them a shout out.
Is Bridge going to pay them? Well, I mean, you've got Butterbean and CB and Ronnie, and then it seems to have grown recently too. You've got the guys with Blue Max and all that's all come in, and great contributions to them all. And then my pal Dutchie. It's always the same, isn't it? When somebody says to you who, your mind goes blank.
Talking about Dutch,
I need a class register. That's what I need.
I said register. We need. Talking about Dutch, he lost a good friend of his that passed away. Who was a big.
Yes, he was in touch with me. Aye.
Him as a reason to Dutch, his mates up there. One of our own passed away. Listen, Skipper, always a pleasure, never a chore. And it might not always work in radio, the humour you try when we are on, but when you meet you in real life, you're even better, mate. You're even better.
Does that mean I get a rise? Keeping me through the business department?
No.
Speak to Fox. No. Speak to Fox on the way out.
But he told me that Bridgeman's got the wallet.
He has, but speak to Fox on the way out.
You mean they throw me out?
Aye.
Right, I'll run away with you guys. Great
Cheers, Skipper.
Have a great weekend.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What a man, Bridgeman. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to hear from our manager, Steven Gerrard, MBE. And then somebody might be joining us, and then we'll get the phone lines open. What do you think, Bridge?
Yeah, go for it, buddy. Go for it.
Let's hear from your manager, Steven Gerrard, MBE.
Even tomorrow, the day finally comes that you get your hands on that league trophy. You're clearly very happy about it. Can you sum up the emotions of this season?
Listen, it's been a fantastic season, certainly from a league point of view. We're really excited for tomorrow. I'm excited for the players. I'm excited for the supporters, more than myself. But it is a real satisfying place to be in as the manager, knowing that what the players have delivered so far this season. There's one more game to go. I'd like us to finish really strong and basically put a season's worth into tomorrow, and hopefully we can break that 100 points and remain unbeaten. That's from the game's point of view, but we're really excited for the day. There's no getting away from that.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
Success, as you well know, goes off in bumps on the road. I just wonder, when you look back to the Scottish Cup game against Hearts last season, I think you took stock then. I wonder how much analysis you do yourself, because that was a kind of rocky moment for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the Hearts game was certainly a low moment from a personal point of view, and also for the team. But in terms of analysing and self-analysis, that's a constant, ongoing thing. It doesn't really matter the results. We'll obviously finish this season as champions, but we'll still analyse exactly the same. We'll still look into the season as a whole, and I certainly will from a personal point of view, and really look forward to how we can improve, how we can tweak certain things, how we can avoid the few bumps that we've had along this season. But there's no getting away from it. From a European point of view, we've done extremely well. We really wanted to go that one step further, but obviously Slavia with a better team over two legs. We've almost had the perfect league campaign. There's no getting away from it. To become champions in such a pressured year was a fantastic effort from the boys. And domestic cups is something I've mentioned in the last couple of press conferences. That's something that we want to put right moving forward.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning, David.
In terms of this season, the bond between the players and the fans is very noticeable. And particularly given that the fans haven't been able to get in this season, is that something that can almost not be planned? It just happens when you get a team and a group of players and a support, and they just come together like this?
Yeah, I don't think it just happens naturally. I think obviously you try and build the right dressing room, not just from a talent point of view. You try and put the right people, the right personalities and characters in the dressing room. And I think the players have seen it with their own eyes, the support that the team have given them, not just in the stadium in the previous years. We obviously all knew it was going to be a unique year, but the players read the news and what goes on. They know that we sold incredible amounts of season tickets. They know that the fans have to pay to watch certain games. They have to buy certain memberships. They know how many shirt sales there's been. So I think there's been a real understanding from the players, and we've made it abundantly clear what the fans have had to do to support from afar this year. So we the players are family men, a lot of them. They understand what the fans have gone through to support the team from afar. And, the players want to share tomorrow, even though they can't be in the stadium with the supporters. They want to raise that cup for them because they're the most important people here.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
Obviously want to enjoy the moment tomorrow, but is the hope that, in the future, when you look back on that trophy lift, that it's the first of many trophies you lifted as Rangers manager?
Well, I think it has to be. That's the job. That's in the job description. And it's also in my DNA that when you are successful, it's the time to improve. You're always trying to fix the roof when the sun's shining. In my opinion, it's not a case of. It's a case of enjoying this moment. Of course, it is, and we'll enjoy it over the summer. But when we come back next season, it's about resetting and basically resetting the remit. What's next? What are the next targets? What do we have to do? And trying to add to it, because and I know that at this club you can't stand still. One trophy is not enough.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
You've just been named the SPFL Manager of the Year. You're obviously awarded through the week as well. How does that feel?
From my point of view, it's been a brilliant week personally. Obviously to receive this award on the back of the one I received a few days ago is really, really humbling and flattering, and I'm pleased, but I'm more pleased for me players, and I think the next 24 hours for me, it's about stepping back and seeing them and being really proud of what they've achieved, because they've given me absolutely anything. But if you receive obviously individual accolades along the way, I'm really grateful, and I'll cherish them, and they'll go alongside the ones that I achieved as a player. But for me, this is a team game, and it's very much about what we can achieve as a group. And tomorrow's prize is the one that I'm really excited about.
Hi, Stephen. Obviously, your connection with Liverpool is well known, what I think you achieved there, but is it fair to say that Rangers is sort of getting under you a wee bit now? With you've taken a place in the club's history books, and can also just ask about Connor Goldson. I think he's only half an hour away from breaking through the 5,000 minute mark for the season, having not missed a single second of the campaign so far. What's your thoughts on how his season's going?
Yeah, that's a pretty long question. I'll try and answer it all for you. Look, what I achieved at Liverpool, I'm really proud of. But it was about moving on from that period of my career as a footballer. It was about going down a different road in terms of the coaching and the management. I had my apprentice, if you like, at Liverpool, coaching the 18s and 19s, which really set me up. I learned a lot, and I was around some magnificent people that prepared me for this opportunity. I think from the outside, not many people believed I was the right person. I understood people saying I was a rookie and I was inexperienced and the job was too big. I get all that, but when Rangers came, I mentioned the feeling. I had a vision, and I seen that opportunity to try and get to this point of becoming a champion and getting Rangers back where they belong. Now it's about trying to add to that, trying to improve on that. And that's the challenge for us all moving forward. In terms of Connor, he's been magnificent. I think as a manager, you can only ask your players to be available on a daily basis and be consistent for you. And I can't remember a training session. I can't remember a game where his standards have dropped too far below where he's been at for the season. He's been so strong. He's been robust. He's defended our goal for his life. He's contributed goals. He's been a leader. He took the baton off James in terms of being the main captain to get us over the line. So I can't speak highly enough of Connor Goldson.
Give us an update, Stephen.
Nothing's changed from last time. So Arfield's going to train this morning. I said he'd have an outside chance, so we'll make a decision on Scott after today's session, but he's going to train with the group today. Barisic is looking very unlikely, unless something changed in the next 24 hours, but I don't think you'll see him tomorrow either. The rest's as it was.
Steve, I'll just ask if you've a message for the fans tomorrow.
Yes, a message to the fans would be, obviously the police and the government have put statements out. I think it's important that we try and follow them. I want them to enjoy themselves. Obviously things have changed from the last time in terms of being in March. You are allowed to actually come out now, but I think it's important that they remain safe, follow the rules and the distance, but certainly enjoy the occasion. This is a significant moment in the club's history, and I want them to all enjoy themselves.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
What a man, what a
Absolutely.
leader, and what a bear.
Different class, pal. Capital D, capital K. Different class.
Enough
Marvellous.
about me. What about Stevie G?
Oh, Stevie G as well, aye. Marvellous, just marvellous. And you know his message at the end there. I take it. Forgive me, but that's from his heart. He doesn't want any of the players to get themselves down. Any of the fans are to let themselves down in any way, and would then eventually maybe cause problems or a small problem for the club. But we need to do what we're going to do. Celebrate all we want. And just keep yourself safe. That's all I want. Keep yourself safe, everybody.
I think you've got to take into the emotion the day tomorrow. We're no young men anymore, Bridge, and if we were young men, you look at things differently, and the boys go and enjoy themselves. But stay safe and be sensible if you can. You know, it's difficult. I get it when you're young. You know, things happen. But it's a message for the club, and I think there's a coded message in there if you read it carefully, listen to it carefully. But thanks to Stevie G for getting us where we are. Thanks to the players. Thanks to the board of directors, Bridgeman. The people that showed faith. The people that brought Stevie to the club.
Just imagine how they feel. How does Dave King feel? It's just amazing, you know. I know tonight we've been asking people what the season's meant to them. So you just ask, for instance, Dave King, what does this season mean to you? The existing chairman, ask him, you know, what does this season mean? It means
we were going to have Dave King on the night, mate, but when we read the bylaws at Rangers Radio, we're not allowed two people for Castlemilk on in the one night, you know. And it's understandably in the studio, mate, because when there's more than one of them and things go missing.
Well, you've intimated that before. But I'm not that type. I wouldn't go cliping anyone. No.
I know the skipper's not a clipe.
Well, there's rumours abound that it isn't a clipe. Definitely.
Aye, that's the ones that skipper spreads. Right, on back to the team, mate. I think it could be pretty much the same team as Wednesday night, apart from Alan McGregor coming back in goal. I think Scott Arfield will be on the bench and he'll come on for at least the last 5 minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm predicting. And the Rangers will be at least 3 up there, and there you go.
Oh, good. That's a good prediction, yeah. As far as the team's concerned, I'll be really happy if Aribo's fit, make sure he's fit and available and can do from a left-back position, particularly if Borner's not available. But the team should remain the same team, near enough that started last week. It feels like last week, and it's only a few days ago, you know. So that's a team I would like to see starting, and we could just get tore right into them. We get tore right into them for the very start. Don't give them a minute's peace, and that's all you need to do. Not all you need to do, but put the ball in the net, at least one. That'll do me.
But we play at a certain tempo, Bridge. We play fast and we pass the ball fast. Like we did against Livingston. Yeah, we never get through them because of the way they played. It was just sort of, it was pretty much a 4-5-1. When they'd one up front and the rest were just stopping. So it takes you a bit of you need a bit of luck. And then the first, we played at pace, ball in the corner for Roof, Hadji's away, brought down, penalty kick, you know. So when we play at a tempo, mate, we're a good side.
Yes, I think we're a fantastic side, to be honest. And all of our players, we need to get that tempo and make that tempo our own. That's the way we play football, and we need to find a way of getting the tempo on. Get the tempo up and keep it up all the time. I think they're just a wonderful set of players. We've got a really good squad, and we're looking forward to greater things next season, I hope. We chance at the old Champions League, I don't mean getting into the tournament, but getting in there.
Well, I'm sure we'll discuss that as the months roll on, but what about that start with Connor Golson, mate? Over 5,000 minutes in a season, mate. That's remarkable, isn't it?
It's like, there's so many people. Initially, I wasn't too sure about him, but you look at him now compared to where he was and how he was performing. The guy is reading every ball in the game. He's reading it all. It's all for him, and he's the manager's doing really, really well there. The manager's got a set of players at the back, and the big fella seems to be marshalling them, and that's what he wants from them. Over and above his own job, he's marshalling the players. It's just fantastic to see. I think he's a great player, a great addition to our squad, a great addition. I heard something that he might be interested in going back to, just for sake, to Brighton. But have you heard anything like that?
No, mate. No, not had a thing, mate. Listen, players will come and go for various reasons. We have to be prepared for that. I think with the people we've got in place now, we'll always be striving for better never stops, as I say.
Better never stops, that's the truth. That's
so
God's honest.
Look, if somebody wants to leave, and you have to deal with that. The reasons might be personal. You'll never know, Bridge,
Of course. I agree 100% with that. 100%. I just want my team to win. I'm desperate for them to win. Every game we go in, we should be able to say we tried our best to win. And this will get so much quality in our team. It's no real. And hopefully with that team we're going to play against tomorrow, hopefully they're not going to come out and give us two bands of 5 across the pitch tomorrow, just so we don't win.
No, they've got a new manager. Supposedly they've been a wee bit more offensive since he took over, but
it's easy for Aberdeen to be offensive, isn't it? I don't mean they're fit, but team. Very offensive people.
Offensive, yeah, rather than defensive.
Absolutely, yeah.
We'll see tomorrow what it brings in. If you look at the table, as I told you before, we are 43 points clear of Aberdeen and the grand total of 73 goal difference. Yeah?
My God, that's something.
And here's a stat for you I was sent today, Bridge. It's doing the rounds. I know it was doing the rounds, right? Promise me you'll no laugh. If we'd have stopped playing in February the 13th, that mob, the noisy neighbours from across the city, would have had to have won 13-0 tomorrow to catch us.
Unbelievable. Would you say 13th of February?
Yes.
Oh, that's that's maybe 4.5 months ago? 3.5 months ago? That's just incredible. That is just an incredible statement. What? Wow.
Yeah. I've not checked it out, but I'll take it as fact. I'll throw it out there, yeah. So it's out there, yeah. So we'll see what it takes us. But incredible stats. 102 points, hopefully, after tomorrow. Goal difference of nearly plus 80 if we win by a couple of more tomorrow. Hopefully keep a clean sheet to keep that record going. Connor Golson playing all 8 minutes. Stevie Davis, Al McGregor at their age. James Tavernier, what he's done for our club, he's been there. This is his 6th season, I believe. Lifting the league trophy tomorrow. The young guys, it's Aribo, Kamara, Ryan Kent, Morelos, and then Roof. Hadji's a young man, and it just goes on. And then we'll have the potential of the boy Simpson playing tomorrow, who's a young man, And we can't forget Hollander and Balogun and Barisic and all the guys that maybe not be fit tomorrow. Nathan Patterson's done his bit, Big Bassie's chipped in. Great season, great squad, great players, and by the way, thank you very much, each and every one of you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you've just said that there, and no matter what they've done to us, particularly the bands on the boys, when it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, that mob for the other side of the side got away with murder, and they 2 boys, or the 3 boys, in fact it was 5, I suppose it was 5, They get heavy bands, heavy amount of bands, and it wasn't right to me. It wasn't right. I don't really care now. All that matters is we're going forward. But did Steven Gerrard win something today as well?
He got the SPFL Manager of the Year. Yeah.
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 Right. I saw that. So it's a football. That was the Football Writers
the other day, wasn't it? Yeah.
And now it's just waiting on the other managers. The other managers that vote on him.
He'll never get all the awards he's getting into a single end, will he?
No. Oh no. I remember the old single ends. I remember them. I'm sure Skipper stayed in a few as well.
Different times.
Indeed.
You know, but fantastic. Right, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at Rangers. No, we don't need that anywhere. There you go. All habits die hard, Bridget. Oh dear.
That's a shocker.
I know, mate. I know. I'm beginning to feel that. I don't know. School's out sort of feeling you get as a young man, and then Christmas or whatever, and you know, the anticipation building up in Amora. It's I just want it to be a good day for the club, everything to go well for the support, and just move on, and then bang, you're finished and you're building towards 56.
I know. I think that's going to be the most exciting time. I think there's an awful lot of Rangers fans think it's going to happen tomorrow anyway. And it's now the next step is watching for the close season and when's the next person going to come in and what type of person are we getting. Obviously a football player, but you know what I mean. We're going to get. Is he going to push the boat out, or are they just going to keep nice and calm and go on with it? That's going to be very exciting for us. So a lot of folk just love that. They love the drama of it. You know, it's just great.
Aye. It's the build-up, anticipation, whatever you want to call it, you know. But well, first of all, we've got to enjoy the more and have a few weeks to enjoy it with the pre-season before we come back for pre-season as fans, because we'll have that swagger in our walk bridge. Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance tomorrow that he'll play Scott Wright and be an ex-Aberdeen player?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so, mate. I think Scott Wright will be on the bench. I think he's gained the people that have been the core of the squad, if you like, you know. That's what I think he'll do personally. I think Scott Wright will go on at some point, Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll start. Yeah.
I thought he might. It just at the back of my mind is saying, I wonder if he would do that just for badness, you know.
No, I think he's very low. He's told Scott Wright he's got to improve to get in that team. That's what he's telling him, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought it was something to do with he's not bulked up enough yet, you know.
Aye, but that's what he's telling him. You have to get yourself, you have to improve, you have to get more ready for this. This is a different level for what you were playing at.
It definitely is, most assuredly. And yeah, he puts on a few pounds, you know, builds into muscle. With a big difference in a player, big difference. They're not getting shoved about so much, you know. That's what I say.
Seems a game character, Scott, right? We've seen him play so far, he's pretty game, you know.
Yeah, indeed, yes, absolutely. But I quite like the boy, actually. I think he's a smashing wee player. I'm saying I think he's probably the 6 feet. Is he 6 feet or something?
No, I don't think he's quite that, mate. I don't think he's quite that, you know, but I've enjoyed him, what we've seen him. I've been very impressed with him than I have been with the boy Simpson, but we've got to give him a chance as well, you know. But
I think overall Simpson's had more chances now. He's more time on the park, more minutes on the pitch, should I say.
Aye, but we say that. He said he's not played well. He's 3-0 against Livingston and 4-1 against Celtic his last two games. Not bad, is it?
He's got parts of his game where I think he's a bit over nervous, and he gets like heebie-jeebies hitting him, you know, and he doesn't know what to do, and he's stuttering with his feet, you know. I think he's going to be a really good, accomplished player. He's got good height, mobile. So these are great characteristics to have from a centre half perspective. I just loved it. Loved being a centre half. I miss that, you know. I miss that.
I think everybody misses when you don't play them again when they get a certain age.
Oh, aye. It's very difficult. Very difficult. 26 is murder. Aye, I'll be right.
It's a special day tomorrow, a special day for the fans, for the club. And I think we're just all disappointed that the stadium's no full and bouncing and people can't do what they usually do.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be special. People have all their own parties. There'll be people joining up in the city. I would imagine round about Ibrox as well to see their friends and celebrate, because emotions are running high, Bridge.
They are indeed. It's such an emotional time. This is massive. This is just massive. Like it's 10 years ago, you know, all the crap happened to us. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Well, it's 10 years ago since I last won the SPL, isn't it? 10 years ago. So, guys, everything you could ever imagine is going to happen with us tomorrow. And let's hope it all turns out to be good. And we look after ourselves on the pitch, do the business, and away we go.
Anyway, we've been joined by our good friend, and I say that, our good friend, the one and only Denver Bear. Hello, Denver.
Hi, how are we doing, guys?
Hi, Denver.
Morning, mate.
Hi, everything's good there?
Aye, good, mate.
Good. Excellent. We're really looking forward to tomorrow. Unfortunately, 5:30 in the morning kickoff. So it'll be a kind of weird time, you know, because the problem with that is that, you know, once the game's done, that's it. You know, there's no celebrations and all that. So it's weird, you know, but really looking forward to the day, and, you know, a phenomenal season. Absolutely phenomenal, you know.
Did you see it coming, Denver?
No, not at all. I thought we'd put up a fight this year, but when you sit down and review the goals we've scored, you know, the football we've played, it is just incredible. And, you know, I like the stank dwellers, them falling apart. That's even better, you know. But nobody can take anything away from us the way we've played this season, Oxford Bridge. Unbelievable, the football we've played, man.
That's a great shout there, Denver. Great shout, yes. We've played some wonderful stuff. And, you know, so... Go on, pal.
You know, I was checking in and they were talking about that, Callum Davis and maybe making a bid for being the manager of the year, but they're anti-football. They're just draws, man. They're absolute rubbish. But, you know, they get away with the prize, you know, every now and again, you know. So, but the football we've played is, I said before a few weeks ago in here, this is my favourite Rangers team of all time. And I want to make a special mention of three players: Big Golson, Tav, and Ryan Kent. They three know what it means to be Rangers players. They've grown into a Rangers player dream this season. Next season, a couple of guys, Aribo, I think, will be the same, and Glenn Kamara will be up there again as well. And hopefully Haji, I'm not 100% sure about Haji right enough, you know, but hopefully the guys, but they three, Golson, Tav, and Kenny, they know what it is to be Rangers players now.
The level of consistency, I mean, for the three players, I don't think any of them finished in the top two in player of the season, the poll we done, but the level of consistency of the three, Tav, Kent, at times, for the kind of player he is, the back end of the season, he's been excellent. Out of the piece, he's been excellent. And all right, like all wingers sometimes, Denver, he can frustrate, but he still never hides and he works hard for the team. And Big Golston, the minutes he's played, unbelievable.
Aye. And, you know, only apart from maybe the Hamilton game and that one each game, that Hamilton game, and the St Mirren game in the Cup, Big Golston a few ropey minutes. But, you know, other than that, his performance this season, driving on that team, Tav, unbelievable. Kenny never hides. Goes for the first minute right to the very last minute of the game. Unbelievable. Three guys are hero, man. Telling you. Because that was going to be my three. I never got a chance to call in and give my three player of the year, but I was was going to pick Golson number 1, Tav 2, and Kent 3. And the only reason I'm picking these 3 is because how they're thrown. Because, you know, McGregor and Davis, they know what it is to be a Rangers player. They 3 boys before, they're beyond anything I could have even expected, man.
Bridgman?
You can't disagree with anything Denver says there, and I would agree with him. Out of those 3, my favourite is Kent. Out of those 3, for his skills, and but I have to say, Tav's had a fantastic
because you
season.
put all the Stookies at centre half, is it?
No, I'm saying it's young Tav's had a wonderful season. Considering the length of time he was off, he's just started sparking back in there. And of course, the Rock Golson. That's just he's just what a season he's had. But I can't take anything away from Stephen Davis and the rest of the midfielders and things like that. I think they've all been great. That's been the mainstay. Fantastic. I'm so happy at Denver. I am so happy, and hope this happiness goes on until tomorrow evening.
Long after that, Bridge, as well, man.
Oh yes, of course. I was meaning in the fact that we could go and do it all. I think there's a record. There's a record there for us. Sorry.
Did you see what Tav bought them already, Denver? I don't know if you've seen it, mate. He got all the players. It was vintage champagne in a gold bottle, 55 bottle, ready, and he gave them on in a presentation case, and he obviously gave Stevie G and all the players one. Bridge brought me in a can Iron Brew to the studio tonight, so you put it in perspective,
Right, I've got to stop you there because we can't get Iron Brew here. So just stop that Iron Brew talk right away, all right?
All right, you'd rather have the Iron Brew and the vintage champagne, would you?
Aye, exactly, aye.
By the way, what a gift, eh? What a gift. That was well done.
Aye.
Well done, Tav.
The bond between the players is incredible. It's unbelievable, man. I've always loved the Rangers, but at this moment, I can't speak highly enough of them. The whole club group, for the directors, right down to everybody. I love it. I love what's going on,
Fantastic. Anyway, Denver, we've also been joined by Alistair. Evening, Alistair.
Good evening, gents. How are we?
All right, mate. Yeah. Good to hear from you, mate. Yeah.
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 Are we all like Wayne's and Christmas Eve ready for tomorrow?
I think that statement's been used a few times already, mate. What's your own feelings? Now you've got shot in the veins.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming. So it's been a long time coming.
I can see your face here.
Aye, Alistair, you're up on video, and people are running away from the screen now.
Oh, don't worry, Alistair, you're all right. It's if they two turn their video on, we're in trouble.
Right. Okay.
But obviously you like a bit of history, Alistair, and what do you think history's going to say about this year? Is it the most special title ever?
I think so. Funnily enough, I was in a chat earlier, and I don't know if you saw or heard it. Adrian Durham in TalkSport.
We played that last night.
He was talking last night, and I've got to agree with him. Out of the 55 that we've won, this one has to be up there, just in terms of where we've come from to get to this stage. And the only sort of pang of disappointment, I guess, is that we can't be there. There's not going to be a full Ibrox. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be in, as we all have been in the stadium where the place has been absolutely rocking, but had we been fortunate enough to have the place full tomorrow, I think it would have probably surpassed anything we've ever heard before, just because of the significance of the achievement. But that aside, it's still going to be a great day. Still going to be a fantastic moment when, after the game's finished, Tav picks the trophy up, and lovely, fantastic words from Stephen Gerrard this week about Walter and all that kind of stuff as well. It's just a special moment for us.
Yeah. Bridgman, I mean, obviously you missed the first 6 and you've seen the other 49, so is it the most special?
For me, it's the most special. I'm gauging it to over the last decade. and we've got to this point here. And my God, we've got a performance on this season. Number of wins, number of goals, all this nonsense. Great clean sheets, and now there we are, potentially going undefeated the rest of the season, and there's only one game to go. It's just fabulous. I mean, the feeling is just unbelievable. And we've said it before. If only the Rangers fans were getting to Ibrox, it would be really rocking tomorrow. Really rocking. So everybody, keep your minds on safety. Watch what you're doing. Take it easy.
Denver. What's your boy been saying? What's your boy feeling?
He's back home. He came back home last weekend. He's finished that semester at college, so he managed to watch the game on Wednesday and text me while I was at my work, of course, But he's very low key at the moment. But I know he's going to have a big day and big tears and all that. I know that, and I'll be the same. I can't say I will be. Even when we're playing. A couple of days ago, you were playing every day we follow, and I had a belt to do it. The tears were streaming down my face, So, it's just an emotional time after all we've been through. I was thinking the other day, it's not that long ago since we were thinking, could we just string 3 games together? Could we just get 3 wins together? If you remember that when I first came on this show 2 years ago, man. And now look where we've come to. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Aye, well said, mate. You're right. Fox, before we come on, Fox was saying, when we look back at the season, we said this 5 games, there's a pitfall here, there's a pitfall there. And lo and behold, we'll go to the end, Denver, and we've not lost a game. 1 to go.
Aye, exactly. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable, man. Just, I can't get my heat around that. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I keep telling you, saw my first Rangers game in 1960, and I've seen a few early years, man, but this team just terrible, and Stevie G looks up for it. He's got that steely look to his face, at the minute. So, aye, everybody's delighted,
Here, mate. Here. And Stevie G, mate, you were always on the train, mate, and you were always a big fan of Alfredo Morelos.
Oh, aye. The wee man, he's a bomb, I'm telling you. I've got a couple of guys from Colombia, a couple of sales guys from Colombia. They talk about him all the time. I'll put them on to the Rangers highlights and all that, they talk about him, putting Cav up the backside at the week, during the week and all that, flinging the papers at him and all that, Man, great player, great Rangers player.
Brilliant. Alistair, this squad, it's special, but I think we're lucky to have the man at the helm of the squad, our manager. He's special as well, eh? Oh, press your mute button, Alistair, you'll be fine. Going in.
I was out for a walk at lunchtime today, and I was actually thinking the guy epitomises everything that you're looking for in a Rangers manager. Absolutely everything. The way he speaks, the way he conducts himself, the way he engages with the supporters, the way he deals with the players, the way he's brought those players on, brought this group of players on, and got us to where we've got to. And what went through my head, as I say, was where I was walking, was there's perhaps a misconception about footballers where they think they're arrogant and they think they're distance for the supporters and whatever. This guy's a world-class midfielder. A guy who made his money from the game. Didn't have to come up here, didn't have to do what he's done, but he conducts himself with dignity on a daily basis. And as I say, for me, epitomises everything that it is to be a Rangers manager. And what he's delivered for us, what he's done for us in the 3 years, puts it up there with me in terms of achievements for any other manager that we've had before.
I think we've been joined by the global ambassador. Big Al's joined us. How we doing, big man?
Yeah, good morning, good evening, gentlemen. It's a very, very special day for me. I get to listen to your dulcet tones twice in one day. It's 10 to 6 in the morning here. I've just arrived at site. That day I met you in Glasgow.
Yes, mate.
Prior to meeting you in Glasgow, I was in the Rangers shop in the morning. I got stuff for the kids and that, and I purchased a flag.
Right.
And that flag will be getting cracked open in about 10 minutes. There's a new crane coming to site today. I went to Bunnings, which is like a B&Q, and I bought a metal pole. The flag is attached to that metal pole. As the crane arrives on site today, that flag is going on top of that crane. Big Rangers flag.
And
So
whereabouts is this site in Eastern Australia now?
it's in a place called Wyong, which is about an hour and a half north of Sydney.
Right, okay, mate. All right,
Okay. There's a few of the rat catchers about, but that'll not matter. So that flag will be going up. That day I bought it, I says I've never opened it, and Blair was wanting to open it all the time. I says no, that's for a special occasion, and today's that special occasion. So I'm with these with the butterflies, gentlemen. As I say, I get to listen to these twice a day, so it is like Christmas Day for me. And that flag will be going up.
Just on a different note, and I know it's no easy, but have you any plans to be maybe holiday when everything's settled in the UK again? Or
I definitely. As soon as I can get back, I'll be back. I'll get back, and I'll be back with a wee bit a bigger smile on my face. Obviously, the last time I met you, it was a bit of a time for us, for the family. But my father, he was here after that, and I'm dying to get back and see the big man, so. But it's a special day today. We've waited a long time for this, but we've waited a long time since we've won the league. But today, this is it. That, as I said the other night there, that reset button has been firmly pressed. So now the figure we're looking at is 60. 150 and 60, gentlemen. I think that's achievable if the manager stays. We go on a wee run.
You weren't always
on 60.
You weren't always on the Stevie G Express, Al. You were.
No, I was not. No, I'm a hard man to please sometimes, but I think I prefaced that previously by saying I'm just impatient. I want things.
I get it.
I'm the same in life. I ask my wife. She says you're the most impatient, but I just want the best. I just want the best for my club. I want the best for all yous. I want the best for everybody that takes to the streets tomorrow. And as you says, they hate that flag. Fly that flag. Fly the flag high. It's a British flag. We're all British. We all belong to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So, one for the Bears and one for the Bears that have all passed. It's a great day. Look, I'll need to leave these because I can see a big orange crane coming up the street. It's coming down the road, boys. It's coming down the road. Take care.
Cheers, mate.
Play that triangle. Play that triangle loud and proud.
What a man, Bridgeman. We've got Denver on for Denver Bear. We've got Big Al on for Eastern Australia. We can't get any, but with Skipper on, we don't know where Skipper is. He'll be in some jail somewhere. Maybe the North.
Some foreign land with ties somewhere.
We go far and wide, don't we? We go far and wide.
We are well stretched. That's the truth. Pal.
I had to be an orange crane, Denver, eh?
Big Al knows the score. I mean, Big Al knows the score. He's not flying that flag for us or him. He's flying it for their guys. Their benefit, you know.
Aye, the noisy neighbours. The noisy neighbours. What an idiot. Alistair, the squad this year, I mean, I went through it already, the stats that some of these guys have racked up in a season. Goals in 5,000 minutes, I think he passes, he plays tomorrow. Tav can get a goal tomorrow. That's 20 goals for a fullback. I know a few of them are penalties. The shutouts between McGregor and McLaughlin, just unbelievable. You know, it has been just unbelievable. I don't know I don't know if it's it's the greatest season ever in the league.
Well, you look back to things like 9 in a row and whatever. So 92, 93, we draw 2 games at home. That was it all season. We went 17 months unbeaten, and now we're looking at a 100% record at home. In terms of, you talk about Tav, and yes, the dissenting voices will say, but a lot of them are penalties. But on top of the 19 goals and potentially 20 if he scores tomorrow, how many assists has he got as well? How many assists has Barisic got? Just right throughout the team, we've got what it's. For me, it's quite difficult to actually establish what our best 11 is, because we've got such strength and depth at the moment in that team. And you watch us Wednesday night, you're bringing Jermaine Defoe on, you're bringing Itten on, a guy who's got potential that Gerrard's obviously recognised. So going forward in terms of 56 or 60, as Big Al was saying there, future's bright for us. Fantastic.
I'll give you my best 11 quickly. If I was my best 11, if they were all fit, my best 11 would be McGregor, Tav, Golston, Helander, Barisic, Kamara, Davis, Ryan Jack, Aribo, Morelos and Kent.
Aye. It's difficult to argue, because again you're in a position with Aribo where there was a lot of question marks, this young guy coming up, but you look at Wednesday night, he's adapted and he's moved from what his natural position is to play at left back, and had a significant contribution in the goals on Wednesday night as well. Fantastic player, fantastic potential. I don't think we can get carried away and think he's going to be with us for 5 or 10 years or whatever, but even the progression and the development in him this season has been fantastic.
Here. You've always liked him, Bridgeman, for day one, haven't you?
Yes, a top man. Since the day he walked in, and you could see the look on everybody's face as he walked out, striding down there, man. The size of the booty, unbelievable, just fabulous. It's fabulous. And I don't know if I could be heard on the telly, but I'm sure if he wanted to, they would hear me. They brought your boots. For God's sake, give a man a strip.
We were talking about Aribo.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Gerrard. I do apologise. Aribo's we brought him up for Charlton. Was it Charlton we brought him up from? The Charlton manager says, don't go up there. Look at him. Yep. He's a wee world star now. In his own right, playing for his country.
Scored a goal against Brazil.
What can you say? He's just a super player. In this last couple of weeks, he's been drifting back and helping out at left back. Gee whiz, what a performance he put in against Livingston at left back. My goodness gracious, man of the match for me. Lots to come from him.
He's a special footballer. But we've got a lot of special football players in that team. But that boy potentially could be the best in the lot, Alistair.
Yeah, and that's the key word at the moment, is potential, because there's probably been games where we've kind of drawn questions about him. When it gets a bit rough and it gets a bit tough, but he's for me, I think that's a side of his game he's improved as the season's went on. He's been able to adapt and develop to the Scottish game, and Lee Bowyer must be sitting just now and eating his words in terms of he's made a mistake going to Rangers. There's no way he's made a mistake coming to us. Steven Gerrard again has had a significant influence, and fun enough, I listened to Gerrard on Wednesday night after the game when he talked about Joe Aribo, and he talked about Joe's performance at left back and whatever, and you're thinking, if you're Joe Aribo and you've got this guy who's got such a reputation in the game speaking to you like that, the boost in confidence, the lift that must give you must be incredible.
I think you walk into training, a young man, Gerrard's he is an icon, and supported by a guy who was top drawer, Gary McAllister, bibs and coats. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yep, and to get that praise as I say, from somebody like that, where he says that he's got him on, not necessarily on a pedestal, but he's praising his versatility, he's praising that he doesn't complain or whatever. That, I think, is another string to Steven Gerrard's bow. He knows how to get his players motivated, he knows how to get them pushed on, and Joe Aribo, I think, has shown this season that he's he has the potential to be a world-class player. Whether I'm putting that out there and sort of saying, well, he's only playing in Scotland or whatever, I think he's got the potential. As you said earlier, scoring against Brazil for Nigeria, he's got the potential to be a world-class player.
Yeah. Right, well, talking about world-class, Bridge is going to have a sing. Get yourself on mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Successful team in football, who Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, who followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands at Ibrox Park.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
What a tune, Bridge.
Oh, whoa. Come on, everybody. Whoa.
Powerful, Alistair. Powerful.
That's a hairs in the back of your neck moment standing up. That's got the emotions going for the Mora, definitely.
By the way, Rangers Radio is well represented in that video with that Bridge, man. You've got Big Stevie and his boy walking up to the stadium. You've also got Southside and his boy appearing in it. And my own Crook Ranger, well in it, with the scarf above his head, waving it. Bridgeman.
Aye, Crook Ranger, yeah, absolutely.
Aye. He's in it, so we're well represented in it. But when the stadium's full and that tune's played, that's going to be powerful.
Massive anthem. A massive anthem. That's what it'll be. That's what it's going to turn out to be. A massive anthem for the Rangers. And they can't say nothing about it.
They might say we're making too much noise.
Aye, right.
They don't like the noisy neighbours, Alistair.
Yeah. Indeed, you'll know us by our noise and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's. I think we've created a wee bit too much noise for a lot of people this season. In fairness,
Fredo liked the fireworks at Kinnan Park when he was passing the motorway the other night. Did you see that?
Brilliant, man. Super.
There's me off with that. 55. He said the
video. Just when you mentioned Morelos, there's another one where we've probably thought for the last couple of years he's been trying his best to get away. He's gone to Premiership and whatever, and he's another one who, if you think this season his disciplinary record has been excellent, hasn't perhaps scored the same number of goals as what he scored in the past couple of seasons, but now pretty much turning around and saying, I want to strike here. I want to have a crack at the Champions League with Rangers next season. I'm not wanting to go to the Premiership anymore. And that just shows how far we've come. That we've got a guy who has the potential to go to the Premiership, middle of the Premiership maybe, and earn a lot of money, and has decided, you know what, I want to stay at Rangers. I'm enjoying myself here. I've got an opportunity to showcase my talents in the Champions League next season, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right. I think you're right there, mate. He seems very, very settled. Talking about guys that's very, very settled. We've been joined by AK. How we doing, Alex?
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, Bridgeman, Alistair and the rest of the panel.
How we doing, mate?
Alex Kelly, how you doing? All right?
I'm doing fine. I'm still recovering with this. I'm still recovering with this COVID jag, right enough, but we're getting there.
You're struggling on it?
I was for a couple of days there, Bridge. Aye.
Was that your fuck jag?
Was that your fuck jag?
I actually had COVID last year, so I don't know if it's a result of that. But you've got to take it, and you try and get back to a wee bit of normality again.
Aye, you're right, mate. You're right.
Hopefully that happens to you.
You're not alone. Our own GFK, who was meant on the night, had similar occurrence, mate.
Aye, I was wondering why Big Jimmy wasn't on the night. I was looking forward to him, but anyway, the show must go on.
Yep. Got to break a leg, you know what it's like in show business, mate. You know what I mean?
Aye, better never stops.
Aye. He's your team for tomorrow. You think now? What's your thinking? We've not got a lot of options, really, have we?
No. Listen, the team played that well against Livingston. Why change it? You know what I mean?
I think McGregor will come in for McLaughlin.
Yeah, aye, that could be the only change. But listen, if McLaughlin started in goals, it wouldn't make any difference. They might give them a half each. You know?
Oh, you're right, with 5 substitutes. You're right, Alex. He's been a magnificent signing, Alistair, isn't he? John McLaughlin. Magnificent.
I was actually just going to come in and say that. You can't underestimate the fact that he was in at the start of the season, and I think it's some crazy number of clean sheets that he's actually kept. It's like 80-90% of the games he's played in, he's kept a clean sheet. And it must be very, very difficult for him, because you know you're coming in, and Alan McGregor... Perhaps, and I don't know, I'm just kind of putting this one out there, perhaps the arrival of John McLaughlin's elevated McGregor and pushed McGregor to be even better and as good as he's been this season.
Fair comment, mate. I think up until John McLaughlin was maybe arguably Alex Kelly, the man in possession up to the Hibs game, lost a couple of goals. I don't think he was particularly at fault.
No,
but the next thing, McGregor came in and just went from strength to strength. Alex?
Aye, it's definitely a factor. The competition for places all over the park, I think, is a factor. The likes of Patterson coming in has elevated Tavernier to a new level. Golson's been Mr. Consistent this year, but I think he's benefited from having Hollander and Balogun next to him rather than Katic. But so that proves to Katic now, listen, you need to up your game, pal, if you want a shot in this team. Barisic has been excellent. Obviously, he's still playing with the Croatian national team. Davis has took his game to the levels that we really expect him to be. Kamara's bounced on, right through.
Can I stop you there? Did you think that Davis would reach their levels? Because I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of Stephen Davis. Stephen Davis, a football player, and Stephen Davis, a man. I don't know if you've noticed, Alex.
Aye. Well, right. I
didn't think he could reach that level of consistency again, and I've had to eat my words, mate.
Listen, if you recall back, there was plenty of doubt in the Rangers support that when Davis and Defoe came in, round about Christmas, January, the two of them weren't up to level fitness-wise. There was a lot of doubts whether they were going to last a year even. But they've nulled all the question marks with the Rangers support. Even Defoe in his fleeting appearances, he's still classy, wee man. Some of his finish, that finish against Livingston earlier in the season was sublime. And then the goal he scored against Celtic obviously was fantastic. So he's still got it, but I'm just curious to see whether he'll get offered the new contract or no, or whether he'll decide to move on. I've got a feeling that he would like to stay.
Who's that?
But obviously it depends on the financial terms that the Rangers offer him.
Defoe?
Yeah, Defoe, yeah.
Oh, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't think there's any room for sentiment. If there's a contract for him to do a job and the money's right for the club, no Jermaine for the club, there's room for Defoe, but maybe if he's getting involved with the coaching or whatever, is because he's some role model, we know that. But as a player, you've got to remember, I think he's played for us about 8 times this season, and the deal's got to be right for both parties. But it's up to the manager.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Andy First get the best job in football. Number 3 goalkeeper. I could do that.
I know. I think even that banger for Leeds could do it, I know.
I doubt it. No, you're went a bit forward. Alistair, Stephen Davis, what can we say about the
man? Well, funnily enough, when we're talking about it, for me, he's player of the year. And I know it's difficult, I know it's a challenge to pick because there have been so many stickouts in terms of Tav's been terrific, Goldson, so consistent. But for me, Stephen Davis is player of the year. It does everything that you expect of a midfield player. Absolutely everything you expect. And you bring him in at the tail end of his career and you think, is he just here to pick up a wage? Is he just here to sort of finish things off? He has been the consummate professional for us this year. And one thing that stuck out from the Old Firm game, and I don't know if you remember, I don't know if it was Edward that turned inside the box, looked as if he was going to get a shot away, and the person that nicked the ball off his toes was Stephen Davis. And then you fast forward probably a couple of minutes after that, he's playing a through ball, he's playing a tail-end pass. He just, for me, he's the epitome of the midfielder and the role that he plays. And I would be surprised, as much as obviously we're dominating the short list for Writers' Player of the Year and Players' Player of the Year, I'd be surprised if he doesn't pick up one and or both. He's been fantastic for us this season.
I think Tav might win the Players' Player of the Year because I think they vote for that in about January time.
Yep.
So, yeah, up until Christmas time, Tav was just on fire.
Yeah.
Over the whole season, I think Davis has been my most consistent player, and he got my vote.
100%.
But if anybody come on and said Alan McGregor, Connor Goldson, Ryan Kent, you can't argue with him.
You cannot argue with him, and you can't argue in terms of those that have been shortlisted. If anybody got it, you wouldn't turn and go, you know what, somebody else deserved it. I think the vast majority, if not all of them that are on the shortlist, deserve some sort of recognition. But the the great thing about a squad at the moment for me is they're not looking for that recognition. All they're looking for is, we're going to get this title tomorrow. We're going to... and if you were to say to Tav, right, so you're a Rangers captain, you're going to be a Rangers captain that's won a league title, and you've got the choice between winning the league title or winning the Player of the Year. Tav's going to want to win the league title as a Rangers captain.
Yeah.
He's going to always be remembered now in our history, in our folklore, as the guy that lifted 55. Fantastic.
He'll never be forgotten, Tav. We've been joined for Denver on, for obviously Denver, Colorado, Big Al, for an hour and a half north of Sydney, and we're now joined by Andy in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I wish it was New Zealand. It's only Dorset, I'm afraid.
I was getting... Christchurch. Jeez, my information was wrong again.
Christchurch, Dorset.
Ballamina's no Bell Medina. How we doing, Andy?
No bad at all, I don't mind telling you, chaps, I've got a wee tear in my eye. I really have. I've got a lump in my throat and a tear in my eye. When you played that song there at 9 o'clock, I'm telling you, the tears were on my cheeks. They really were. The line when he says, when times are hard, we've had 10 long, hard years. We've had times, I was a season ticket holder right at the beginning there of those 10 years, and I sat one freezing cold February afternoon, Saturday afternoon, with my Parker on, zipped up to the thing, and I said, what am I watching here? What am I watching? There were boys that were all over the place, and I thought, this is the mighty Glasgow Rangers, and 10 years later, this is where we are, on the verge of being undefeated in the league. It is unbelievable. And you know what? I read something recently, and I'm a wee bit ashamed of myself, but I read the story about how we were formed. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank 4 young men that one day went down to a park and seen some boys play football. And they decided to create Rangers Football Club. And I got a lump in my throat just thinking about this. These 4 young men created a dynasty, they created an institution, they created the world's greatest football club, the most successful club in the world. Willie McBeath, Peter McNeil, Moses McNeil and Peter Campbell. I thank you, gentlemen, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you made me a happy man.
Well said, mate. And
I'll second that.
Listen, you're the second person to have a tear in the eye tonight. I gave Bridgeman his barbell for the morrow, and he tears.
Dear. It's emotional, chaps. It really is. It's emotional.
You're right, mate. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. It's a special time for each and every one of us, Alex Kelly.
Absolutely.
I can concur with what Andy said there. I mean, my own story, but we've all got a kind of story, I suppose. But my own story, my dad hadn't been to a game in probably about 20 years. He just dropped away with family life and different issues and stuff. But when he seen Rangers getting demoted to the bottom tier of football, I could see the emotion in his eyes. And he turned to us and says, you fancy going back to football? And my own boy was on my 11 at the time. But I had commitments. So he went with my boy, and I decided I would go the next season, and we sat through and watched the dross. We watched the empty jerseys. You know what? It gave you a wee bit of a glow in your heart when you looked round about and you seen a full Ibrox watching that, because that's what that team, that club meant to us as supporters. You know, we never wavered, even when people were kicking us. You know, and to see where we've came from and where we are now, it's an emotional day. It's going to, for 10 years of hurt, they've tried to suppress us as a support, as a club. They hate our flag, you know, that Union flag that we're proud of. The SNP, the politics, everything goes hand in hand, and it's all going to come tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to having a good day, and we'll celebrate it the way it should be.
Aye, and you're right. We do owe a debt of gratitude to the guys who Flesher's Hall started the Rangers, and the people who developed our club and had the foresight and the vision that the Scottish nation had then when we led the world in loads of stuff. I don't know how we're doing now at the moment, but that's another story. Don't get me started. Right, but But we also are great at debt till we come to this modern time, Andy, and I'll go to Alistair after you. We owe a debt to Dave King, John Gilligan, Paul Murray.
Absolutely. These are the men who have reinvigorated our great club. They're Rangers men at heart. When you cut open, I was a shareholder, and I asked David Murray once. I asked him the year before he sold Rangers Football Club, and I was chided with some of the Rangers fans at the time. I asked him the quality of the man he would sell Rangers Football Club to. And he said, quote, "I would only sell Rangers to a man who would take us forward." And who did he sell us to? Thank you. Only Rangers men really know what Rangers is all about.
Yeah. Alistair, we do owe these boys, we do owe these three men a debt of gratitude.
100%. I remember sitting in a hotel when I was doing one of my books and speaking to Goffey about Dave King. And Dave King's role and what we have done, and yes, there's been obviously the media kind of jump in with the kind of background stuff about Dave King, as they do. From a Rangers supporters' perspective, we owe such a huge debt of gratitude to these people that come in and get rid of everybody that was trying to pull our club down. As we've said earlier, I remember the East Fife game, first home game back. After we went into administration, the place was rocking, the place was buzzing. It buzzed for the entire time that we were in the lower leagues. It buzzed for the entire time that we got ourselves back to where we are now. And those guys will go down, rightly so, in our history as the ones who got our club back to where we ultimately deserve to be.
Yeah. We've been joined by Bob Ger. Evening, Bob Ger.
How you doing, Phil? Just a brief visit tonight, Ox. Everybody okay, yeah?
Aye, good to hear from you.
I couldn't agree more with what the gentleman are saying. There was a point I couldn't believe that Scotland's most famous and biggest sporting institution was getting flung about like pass the parcel with people that hadn't any feeling for it. As the gentleman says, I think it was Andy, only Rangers people know what Rangers are all about. And I'm glad that Dave King and the cohorts moved in, got the club back in order, got it ship shape again. I point to Steve Gerrard, the rest is history. And tomorrow we'll go into one of the most historical days in the club. And I hope everybody behaves, enjoys themselves. Hope it's a wonderful day. I'm sure it will be. And good luck to everybody tomorrow. And come on, the Rangers.
Well said, Bob Ger. Well said, mate. Well said.
Aye, it was ridiculous. It couldn't be allowed to carry on, Ox. It couldn't be allowed. I mean, you know how we all felt at the time. You were lifting up papers every day, and there was nothing but negativity, and the club was going through pillar to post, and they were running away with all the owners. Nah, sorry, couldn't continue. Something had to be done about it. Done about it was. And here we are, back at the top again. We've reached the top, and as people say, it's okay reaching the top, but staying there is the hard part. But I'm sure that Steve Gerrard and the staff, and whoever comes in after us, they'll keep Rangers at the top.
Bob Ger, can I just say something? I heard you say about you pick up a newspaper and it's all negativity. I don't read the newspapers at all now, but seriously, they're still the same. You pick them up and they'll still be the same negativity against Rangers.
Oh, I know, Bridge, you're right. What I mean, mate, but I mean the negativity was in the total extreme. You wouldn't use it for the toilet. It's just I can't. You're right in what you're saying, mate. Absolutely. I mean, and it still continues to this day. We didn't get the what's the word I'm looking for?
Accolades.
Aye, but right, okay, it could be accolade. But don't get the praise. That's a simple one. But don't get the praise that we're due. We would never have done. Even when we were on top under Souness, and we had a great squad, and we did 9 in a row, and great players, and we still didn't get the accolade that you deserve. But hey ho, as long as the trophies are in the cabinet, I'm happy.
Talking about top guys.
I'm going to sign off, guys. It's got to be a quick in the night. And hey, everybody have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy yourself and have a fantastic time. All right.
Cheers, Bob Ger.
You too, Bob Ger.
Thank you. I'll catch you on Monday for the last show. Thank you. Bye bye.
Cheers, Bob.
Talking about top guys. We've been joined by the one and only George Logan. How are we doing, George?
How you doing, Ox? How you doing, boys? All right?
All right, mate.
Hi,
Listen,
George.
mate. I know you've been very, very busy, and your family's always got to come first, mate. And I know Job as well. But great to hear from you first and foremost, and what a season it's been, big man.
Listen to you boys, it's been absolutely fantastic, Ox. It's been absolutely out of this world. The new callers, yourself, Bridge, everybody's been on it. It's just been brilliant listening to you. I'll listen to you. If I didn't get a night, I'll get you at work next again, Dave. Absolutely fantastic, Ox. But you're right, what a season. Absolutely fantastic. And the more I would deserve, whatever you've got to do, whoever's got to do, I'm going to stay local with my wife and spend it with my wife and things like that, Ox. That's just the way I want to do it. And I'm going to enjoy my day the more. But, Ox, it was something I heard during the week. Andy Halliday says, he signed with Rangers in 2015, and none of the guys will ever be forgotten. I Ken Bridgman's famous for bringing them all up in Wycombe and that, and I love them all to bits. I really do, Ox. I think this is the day for actually saying it. And Andy Halliday during the week, he turned around and he says that he signed for Rangers in 2015, and when he signed for Rangers, when he signed, they wanted him to be part of stopping 10 in a row. It wasn't about winning the league next game season because they knew they weren't going to do it. Against Brendan Rodgers' team, it was about stopping 10 in a row, and this is all came down to the Mohawks. We've done it, and the more as the day we lost the trophy, and the ribbons get put back on, and it gets put back where it deserves to be, Ox. This is a great day for everybody, Ox, and I hope everybody has the best day ever, the Mohawks. We really, really deserve it, and everybody just stay safe, and just remember we're representing Rangers and Mohawks.
Look what we've done to your 10, Neil.
Bridge is the mature guy in the show, George. You know that?
Honestly, Ox, it's listening to every single one. It's absolutely fantastic, and the new callers, the new folk you've got in the panel, and the young Jodie the Lassie singer, absolutely fantastic. I mean, Ox, it's been an absolute great year for Rangers, great year for all you guys on there today. But for Rangers support again, Ox, we'll go again, and the guys are on here, Big Al's on talking about going for the 60th title and that, Ox. Ox, where have we came from? I mean, we all spoke about the night I met your parents, Ox. The following day after that, I remember the score against that lot. How far have we came from that day to now is beyond belief, Ox. So let's just enjoy it. It's absolutely fantastic, Ox.
I remember Sunday, that particular night, Jim Hanna's night, somebody lost the tickets for the game at Hampden, put them in the rubbish bin at that do, and had to go back in, get the cleaner to open up to get the tickets out for the boy.
That's right.
Wait a minute, at the same time, George, somebody was looking for him, thought he had took a turn in his hotel room, had to get security in, he opened the hotel door up. And he's in Ibrox looking through the rubbish bags to find the tickets that he's thrown in the bin. The other guy's got security and the medical staff get into the hotel to make sure he's all right and he's not there.
Brilliant.
But I can't tell you who it was.
Was drink involved at all, boys?
I can't tell you who it is. But that was a special one. Aye, that was. We came a long way, George. We used to watch the games behind the sofas, looking through our fingers. I remember standing at Hampden with Fox at that semi-final, and I'm like, we're standing there. I think we're 4-0 down, and you're thinking, your stomach's sore. You don't know what to say. There's a eeriness about the supporters are all arguing, and you think, how can we fix this? And that ultimately might have done us a favour, Alistair, because it's very low.
Yes.
Maybe made us go and get Gerrard.
You look at those two games, the semi-final, and then we go and play in the league after that and get battered in the league as well. I think that was we've talked about Dave King, we've talked about the other guys that come in. I think that was the kind of sobering up moment where this is how far back we actually are. We need to get somebody that's got a bit of clout in here. We need to get somebody that's got a bit of reputation. We need to make a statement. And obviously bringing in somebody like Steven Gerrard has made a statement. Yes, untried, didn't have much in the way of managerial experience, but he had that reputation, he had that status in the game where he was going to get that respect for the players. And I think his predecessors as manager didn't necessarily have the same respect. Whereas when Stephen's come in, he's not necessarily demanded that respect, but he's got that respect because it's Steven Gerrard. And ultimately that gamble, because let's be honest, when we bring a guy in who doesn't have anything in the way of managerial experience, it was a gamble, but wow, has it paid off big time.
I agree, mate. I was pleased. I was pleased when we appointed Gerrard, but I recognised it was a gamble, mate.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and well, you look at the squad now versus the squad that he inherited and the players he's brought in. He has developed everything, and somebody mentioned it earlier about our squad and all that kind of stuff. One of the so many sort of heart-rending moments in the last week or so. One of the biggest things for me today was seeing pictures of Nikola Katic training at Ibrox, a guy who has done his bit over the period of time and won't get a championship medal this year, won't get a league medal because he's been out for the entire season. But again, Stephen brings him in, brings him to the training session today. Didn't he have to do that? But he's brought him in and he said, this guy's still part of my team, still part of my squad. Fantastic.
Talking about guys that are still part of our squad, we've been joined by Jim from Paisley. Evening, James.
Evening, guys. Nice
Hi,
to
Jim.
speak to you all again. How you doing? How you doing, Brasby? How you doing, guys?
Excellent.
Well, tomorrow is the first day of the rest of our lives, guys. And do you know, maybe it's just my age, but the last 10 years have flew in for me. Absolutely flew in. Maybe you get to a certain age, 10 years doesn't mean nothing to you. The younger guys it will do, but can't wait for tomorrow. Parties.
You're right, it doesn't seem 5 minutes since Lafferty scored that hat-trick at Kilmarnock, does it? It doesn't. You're right.
Flew in on it, folks. Even the way back to the day with the first game we played in the third division, that didn't seem 10 years ago to me. It's flew in. That's us won the Scottish Premiership.
You're right. It does go quite quick between 22 and 32. Alex?
Come off you, mate, here.
22 and 32, where are you getting that from? What a shocker.
Well, listen, it's no flew in for me, I'll tell you. Going to work every Monday morning on the back of a defeat, a drubbing, or we've no won promotion. The year Hibs won promotion, it's been quite a long 10 years for me. But listen, we've got to experience the lows to appreciate the highs, and I think we're now appreciating the high. I think for an element of your support for a decade or so, I think we took success for granted. I think the support will realise we shall never take success for granted now. We shall embrace every trophy that our club wins for us, and we will, show satisfaction to the board, the manager, the players again. And I hope that the supporters have realised a wee bit. Sometimes patience is a virtue where you can reap the rewards, because we're a hard support sometimes. Sometimes if a player's struggling, rather than give the guy abuse to kind of get him going, maybe just give him a wee bit of encouragement to get him going. So we've just got to realise as a club and a support that this could be a new beginning for us. This could be our decade to dominate, and I sure as hope it is.
Here, we've been joined by one of my muckers, Big Andy for Irvine. How we doing, big man?
Hey, good, Trips, all right.
Hi, Andy.
How you doing? Listen, 10 years waiting, but here we go. This is us. The party's finally here. I can't wait tomorrow. I lose sleep at night. I never slept last night. I lose sleep at night. Unbelievable. Yeah, you were saying there earlier, 10 years for Big Lafferty to get 2 goals. The game was by after 10 years at Rugby Park 10 years ago. It was by March this year. unbelievable. I say, but I can't wait. It's the best ever. Following the Rangers 55 years. This is the best title we've ever had. We've had plenty. We've had Helicopter Sunday, the Dunfermline game, back for it, and beating him at Parkhead. But this tops it all. Definitely is.
You hear me? Is the bar open tomorrow, Andrew?
Yes, the bar is open. The bar was open last week and all. And I need to thank all my family. I got a personal message from George Alberts, the one and only. I got a minute and a half video call for him. I got Walter Smith's signed photo. A lot. Everything. The bar's open. And the bar's open at 9 o'clock.
The bar's open at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
But while I'm on, boys, I need to thank each and every one of you. You've made my year, because I said I had a tough year last year. We bereavement one again, but this platform you put on for here is unbelievable. And you've got a dafty like me on, and that says it all. I mean, but I need to thank each and every one of you. All the boys in the backroom staff, Old School Blue. I've spoke to him personally. I've spoke to him on the phone a couple of times. Foxy, yourself, the bridge man, the one and only bridge man, and all the rest of the callers. All the rest of the callers. Brilliant.
It's everybody makes this show, mate. We go on.
You are too modest. You are on every night of the week for the last year.
That's because we don't like soap operas, me and Bridgeman, you know.
Is Dallas? They stopped Dallas. I was watching Dallas the last stopover. I watched Dallas. I think.
Dallas?
I'm Anderson. I remember her. Was that no Baywatch?
I'd watch that. I'm no fun. I'm no proud. Listen, mate, as I said this before, and I mean it, this is a fantastic hobby. And to talk to bears like you, genuine bears like yourself, mate, it's an absolute pleasure.
Here for the job. I'll let you go,
because
the plenty of callers on anyway. But listen, boys, I love the lot of you to bits, and I'm looking forward to actually meeting you to take you for a pint. Even the bridge man, I'll buy him 2 pints. That's how.
Go on yourself, pal.
That's definitely that's my bucket list to meet you boys.
I'm sure we will.
Once it's safe enough, I definitely will make arrangements. And I'll probably be too busy to phone tomorrow night or too drunk. But listen, enjoy the game tomorrow, boys, and I'll speak to you in the new season. Okay. Take care.
My last show's Monday night, Andy. Yeah.
Well, I might get a wee quick phone call, because I've taken a week off my work. That's me. I finished this morning. That's me off for a week. So.
All right.
I've got Argyle. My son's booked Argyle lunch for us Monday. We're going up the Monday for our dinner. So.
All right. Give my regards to your missus, mate. Yeah.
I will that. By the way, she put all the stuff. She bought a brand new, a new car there, and the 5th of May. 5th of 5th, I go to picked up on the 5th.
Oh, she spoils you, boy, didn't she?
She's been saving up for. She's putting all sorts of things. Well, it's only 3-year-old, but due to me. But she bought it in the 5th of the 5th, so I didn't get anything about it. It was all right.
Too good.
There's some woman telling you.
Brilliant, mate. Speak to you soon.
But you take care. All care. I love you to bits. I love the lot of you. Okay.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
Andy. Take care. We are the people.
Indeed.
What a man.
Oxshire.
Yes, but
Oxshire. I was watching Dallas this afternoon, but it was Debbie was in it.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. Was that on Channel 4 plus 1, was it? Fox said
Jim, that was a cracker, Jim. That was a cracker, pal. Well
Fox seen that as well this afternoon, he says.
Well, day half a day here, Oxshire. Day half a day, no?
Alex Kelly, this No Survey radio show, I think we went out to over 40,000 people the day we won the league. It's the people on here, far and wide, all over the world, and there's a community. It's Fox had a dream. That young man, Fox, had a dream. Supported with Old School Blue to develop something, and the man's been successful.
Oh, fantastic. Listen, Oxshire, Ibrox is our church, and we will follow on. You know, we just love filling out our church, and we love the disciples that play in front of us. There's just, as Graham Souness once
The others
said
come
many
after
years
us.
ago.
We welcome the taste.
Yep. You're not. You don't become a Rangers supporter. You're born one, and never a truer word said. You know, you thank your dad, and he thanks his dad, and the generations before them. It gets passed down. You know, it's you hold it sacred in your family, and you're proud to wear the red, white, and blue. You're proud to follow the team and the players, and just give them all the adulation and support that you can. But there's a bond, the brothers that you meet that you've never met in your life, and you'll score a goal and you'll cuddle the guy next to you. You can't explain it, but everybody just knows what it means to be a Rangers supporter, and it's a proud moment in the Mora, pal.
Good here. The last time this guy cuddled a guy, I think it was in Bennett's. Evening, Jaffa. How we doing, mate?
Bennett's. Was that not the polo line jocks you and me were in?
Evening, Jaffa.
How you doing, bro? How you doing, Bales? How you doing, lads? Good evening, Alistair.
Hi, Jaffa.
How you doing?
Great chat, lads. Listen to you. You've got a tear in my eye. Listen to you. You've got me all fired up. Not that I needed any.
No, I don't. I think you have been ready all afternoon. You've been building up the Mora, yeah. But
just a wee bit, mate.
What's your plans for the Mora, mate? Family,
Just
friends?
a wee bit of family time. Yep. Sticking with the family, a couple of the brothers, and just having a bit of family time. So looking forward to it. An all day thing, so a bit of barbecue going on. So it should be good fun.
If we get stuck, we can all get a taxi to Irvine, can't we?
Oh, no bother, mate. No bother. Absolutely. We're down on the beach.
No, down to Big Andy's house. But Jaffa, you're a guy that the Rangers means a lot to you, and I'm asking this question to a lot of people. Is this the most special league win ever?
Yes, by a mile, walks. Yeah, okay. I think it's the effect of it and the process it's taken us to get there, and where our club's been, and everything we've went through, and the guys that you've been talking about earlier there, you know, Dave King, John Gilligan, Paul Murray, back in the 6th of March in 2015 when they seized control of the club, and we got our club back that night, that day that they got their shares and they got control of it. And I'd love Alistair to get a hold of them in a room and get that in a book. That would be a great read, Alistair. Hearing the backstory to how all that came about.
There's stories within stories in there, and I'd love to get the opportunity, but the main thing for me is they got us back. They saved our club, these guys, and that's irrespective of titles or books or whatever. These guys come in and they saved us. They pulled us back from where we were heading, which wasn't a nice place to be. Let's be honest.
No, you're right, and we didn't realise, and the emotion get caught up, and the guys, they're all big bears. John Gilligan, I know personally. They cared about the club. First and foremost, they were supporters of the club. And I think that makes a difference, Alistair, for people involved in our club, if they get it. Yeah?
Oh, 100%. If we're getting somebody involved at board, and once you start to get to kind of senior management and chief exec and board level, they've got to get it. They've got to know the ethos. They've got to know the traditions and whatever, and they've got to embrace that. And if they don't, as in, dare I say it, and I don't like mentioning things like Craig White and Charles Green, didn't get it, didn't know what was involved in it. So we needed to get genuine Rangers guys, and the amount of people at that time, and it's horrible to go back to it because it's not a nice time in our history, but it's part of our history, so therefore we have to recognise it. But the amount of people that were coming in at that time that weren't Rangers people, we needed somebody like Dave King, we needed John Gilligan, we needed Paul Murray, people who knew what this club was all about, to come in and drag us back from the precipice, because we were at that stage where we were about to fall over and go, do you know what, we are on the verge of not necessarily existing anymore. And these guys pulled us back, and they deserve so much credit tomorrow. And I'm sure if Stephen's interviewed, and I'm sure he will be, he'll give credit to every single person, and he'll name check every single person, because that's the class of the guy that we've got.
Yeah. Well said, mate. Well said. Listen, we've been joined by Hugh from Plymouth. How we doing, Hugh?
Hi, everybody.
How we doing, Brian? All right?
Yeah, all good, thanks. You all ready for tomorrow?
What's that, mate? Sorry, I missed that.
You all ready for tomorrow?
Yes, mate. Listen, before we go and before you go, can I thank you for everything you do for us here on Rangers Radio, mate? We really appreciate it, mate.
That's no problem.
Top man,
Enjoy
Hugh.
it.
Top man.
Enjoy it.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Thanks for all the work you do. You're part of the team, mate. Yep.
Yeah. It was just no long back for the clubhouse there. We're dolling it all up with the flags and the barbecues and the button and all that. I just came back in the house now. So this is a calm before the storm.
Fantastic. What time are you meeting up? Knowing that mob down there about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning?
No, not quite early. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Well, you became a bit sophisticated.
You'll still be sober when the game starts.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Can you send all my regards to everybody, for me and Fox and Old School Blue, to everybody, the Plymouth True Blues, mate? Yeah?
Yeah, I will do. Half of them will be listening tonight, because I put the link in the WhatsApp group, so they will listen.
All right, and because maybe one day when things are back to normal, we'll maybe take a trip to see you again, yeah?
That'd be amazing. More than welcome.
It was a fantastic weekend the last time. I only had to get off a new liver when I came home. It was fantastic. What you thinking about tomorrow, mate?
As in what?
As in, how special is it? Is it just another league win?
No, it's the ultimate. It's the pinnacle.
Mm-hmm.
So for what we've been to hell and back as a club and as a fan base, half the teams no one would have survived that. Rangers have went to the very bottom of Scottish football and worked their way all the way back. I don't know if it's been mentioned tonight. It's been 10 years tomorrow since we last lifted the trophy.
Yeah. When Lafferty scored the hat trick.
Yeah. 10 years to the day. Amazing.
There's a lot of stats tomorrow. My favourite stat of the day was the one that came out today, that if we'd have stopped playing in February 13th, they'd have had to win 13-0 tomorrow to win the league.
Absolutely magnificent. The best stat of the best stat of the day. The results on exactly.
Did you like that stat, Ops?
I did, mate.
Oh, wowzers.
I did. That was a pizza. It tickled me. It did actually tickled me.
I thought it was a good eat myself when this.
Hey, Rox, you're up 7 minutes stattling to everybody I know. They think I'm the cleverest person in Britain. I think they're all doing their homework, looking back at diaries and all that.
Jim, I know you're the cleverest person in Britain. Now you come on here and play us like a fool, you do.
I can see they're racking their brains. All the people are sending messages. They're not the cleverest people I know. You know, they're not the brightest lamp this week. But well, you've got to see these stars.
You're starting work to Jim.
You're the oracle. I just take everything off of you, right?
No, mate. I'm a great thief. Don't be fooled.
They bloody noisy neighbours.
Jim, I'm wanting to know how that episode of Dallas finished.
Yeah, I just turn it off. The rains come on.
Did Bobby get shot?
What are you watching, Granda? Shut up. Lay your bed.
I'll tell you this year, he kept replaying again, Alex. It was Bobby walking out the shower.
There's another shower scene on it.
Brilliant, man.
It wasn't AJ arguing, it was BJ Ewan.
No.
You're a shower of shockers, guys. Get a grip.
Just if you've still got your VCR and you tape that, Fox Ash, can you send them a copy, or Jim, if that's all right?
Hey, what that Victoria Principal, she made money a happy night, didn't she?
Tell folks I gave him the sound effects he wants over the phone.
You're all right. I don't think it's the first time you've done that, Jim. Anyway, we'll be joined by Chris.
Steady.
Chris Hamilton.
I'm trying to hear Howling Boys. God. Dallas. I thought old school married. What's her name? Miss Ellie. Did he not marry her in the end? And that's how he's got his money. Is that not how it worked?
Oh, dear.
Silence. No.
I don't think it was that Dallas he was watching.
An entirely different set of scenes.
Oh, brilliant!
The one that Jim was watching, they never struck oil; he struck gold.
I remember seeing that. Anyway, swiftly moving on, as they say. Listen, boys, I actually half cut, and I did tell you I wouldn't be thrown in again this week. But listen, it was great because I met one of the boys that was up for London. Now, obviously, nobody's here to celebrate anything tomorrow, and anybody that's celebrating anything will be marching with a Palestine flag. But one of the lads came up to London, and obviously met in the YouTube chats between Rangers Radio and another stream, and it was great just to catch up and speak to another bear. And it's actually the first time I've been out, for a proper pint, and then obviously we nippy decides the day that we're all screwed again, we're staying as we are. But no, again, it was just to emphasise the power of Rangers Radio and the power that you guys have got just to put folk together and connect with us bears wherever we come from. And the wee man he's got a party in his local pub in Ruislip, or however you pronounce it, on the 12th of July, so I'll be good for that one if any other bears are interested.
Whereabouts is it?
It's in Ruislip, just outside London.
Ruislip.
So, Ruislip. It's sort of one of the places that's probably like you see in the telly with all their makeup and their big lips and that. But just to emphasise again how good you guys are at just connecting folk. And do you know what? Seeing this is all there, I can't wait for the party. There has to be a Rangers Radio party. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, you never know. Rise slip. Sure, it's Rise slip.
Rise slip, Ruislip. Do you know what? It could be anything for all I know, but
just as well Jim never get his slips mixed up in his movie receptor, and that could have been painful.
I've just noticed there's a sequel.
All right. I bet you it ends the same. I bet you $5 it ends the same way, Jim. Right, I'm going to go to Alistair. Alistair, you're relatively new to Rangers Radio. It's a powerful tool we've got here.
Well, listen, rambling about Rangers, I think, is what I said in one of the messages today. I'll do it 24/7 if I could. It's such a lovely opportunity to connect with people in the community. Somebody said earlier about you go to Ibrox, you go to games, and you're hugging people you don't even know, and you're celebrating goals, you're celebrating victories. Absolutely fantastic. It's such a lovely chance, such a lovely community, because that's what we are. We're a community. Every single person that's in here, whether you know who they are or whether you don't, they're Rangers supporters. We're a family, and tomorrow our family are going to celebrate arguably our greatest ever league title. Greatest ever. And I defy anybody tomorrow when James Tavernier puts his hands on that trophy not to shed a tear, because it's so significant for us in terms of the completion of that journey, the completion of the circle where we've gone to the absolute depths of despair, but we were still there. We stuck with the club. We fought hard to get a club back to where they deserve to be back to. And tomorrow, when our captain and indeed our manager put their hands on that trophy, it's going to be probably the most significant and indeed magnificent moment in our history.
All right, I've just been ordered to carry on for 15 more minutes.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I'll do.
Yeah.
Nice
No
one.
overtime, right, Bridge?
Every Saturday we follow. Another tune one. Go on yourself, guys. Go on yourself, pal. Get in there. Get in there, boys.
Oh, dear.
Do you know,
Yes, Jim.
Oh, sure. Can I give a shout out to my brother, Lamora? He's, what he's doing tomorrow is the boys we sat with the game. We're all going to his house tomorrow. And he's picking them up and his wife's picking people up. And we're going to his gaff tomorrow, starting off at 11 o'clock. So a big shout out to him, because he's going to have some mess to clean up tomorrow night.
Listen, Jim, I want to thank you for that buffet you put on it. I've got to say, it was one of the finest that day when we all got together. It was superb.
Well, that's another thing. That's another buffet I've got to make tomorrow to take care of there. That's another thing I forgot about.
What's that? Package Gold Wonder and a pickled onion?
Oh, no, there was everything there. He had it all, mate. He even took the time to do the cocktail sticks, and that's a pain when you've got a pineapple, ham, hot dog and all that. Jim done a lot.
That's it, man. I'd have bun all night then after it.
So the first Rangers Radio convention, we've got a caterer already.
Oh, Jim's your man. Any sausage roll you want, Jim's your man.
Aye. Volleyballs. Oh, you name it. Volleyballs. Come on to you. Yeah, I even wash my hands before I start making it.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. Listen, I'm going to go to Bridge, man. We're all laughing. We're all emotional. We've been on here and it's been tough.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been tough, and this makes it worthwhile, doesn't it?
Well, the happy times that we're at the present moment is all to do with, obviously, with where our team is, where we are, and we're top of the world, aren't we? We're just top of the world, and nobody's going to take this away from us ever. All we need to do is one more game. Give us one more game, Mr. Gerrard. Let's see it out. Do the business. And then all the accolades will come our way. Hope. Because I think the whole world is sitting, from it's interesting, football is. They're all sitting waiting. Will Rangers crash out in the last game? That's the headlines.
I've got a question for you all, right? And everybody might have different opinions. Some people might have the same. I don't care. It's just a bit of fun, a wee question for you. And I'll date an age and I'll work the way doing. Aldous first, of course, to a bit of respect. So if the stadium was full tomorrow, who would get the biggest roar lifting the trophy? So I'll do it by age, so I'll go to Bridgeman first, obviously.
Steven Gerrard.
Next, Alex Kelly.
Alex Kelly.
I know.
Andy asked me to do that. Carry on.
I've aged 10 years befriending him, the bagger.
Right, come on, answer the question.
Well, just a bit. I agree with Bridgeman, but just a bit different. Tavernier.
Right, okay, Jim for Paisley.
Well, it's not like skipping the queue, these things, but I'll take my turn now. Well, I'm going with the gaffer. I'm going with the
gaffer. Chris?
It's got to be the gaffer, but you know what? See all the boys tomorrow, even though we can't get into the stadium, the sound through outside is going to be deafening. Doesn't matter what. Every one of them are champions and they're all going to hear us.
I think it's Alistair now.
Everybody's
That
still
makes
in
Alistair the
terms of.
youngest in the panel, is that right?
Oh, thanks. Hi, good. I'll take that. It's fine. For me, I'm going to go Morelos. because of the stuff he's had to put up with over the period of time. I think Alfredo would probably get a big roar. But then again, I'll echo what everybody else has said. Everybody deserves the roof to be lifted off the stadium when they get their hands on that trophy. It doesn't matter whether it's Tav, whether it's Steven Gerrard, whether it's Goldson, whether it's Morelos. Every single player has played their part, and it would probably take us right the way round and cover every single inch of grass. I really wish, under the circumstances, that every single player that had played their part, from Brecon to now, got that opportunity to touch that trophy tomorrow, because every single player has played their part to get us to here.
I don't know if I'd be too happy if Kevin, Kyle and Sid Daza get their hands on it. All right, okay. And I'll tell you what, if that's Simonson, the goalkeeper, he would drop the trophy. All right, okay, so we might be in a position where we can make a few exceptions, but again, it doesn't matter who it is, whether we've played one game or 100 games in the period. Everybody's played their part, but tomorrow it's all about us as a community, as a family, enjoying this day, because it's been a long time coming and it's thoroughly deserved for every single person. Hugh?
I would like to think it would be the first time it was picked up, so it would be Tav, but I know it would be Gerrard getting the loudest roar.
All right, well, it's me now, isn't it?
You're the youngest player, man, in here.
I'll go for the Gaffer.
Shocker.
I think if the stadium was full, I think you're right, Hugh. I think you're spot on. There would be a lot of people would get special roars and right through the team. But I think when the Gaffer come on at the end, I think the place would just go mental. Mental. I think we realise what he's done for us as a support. Jim for Paisley.
Absolutely, that's what I said. The Gaffer for me all day, every day. Right.
All right. Score them.
So do you make me last year? So you in front of me there, take a choice.
I think we.
Thank you for that. Right?
No
problem.
You were
Look
going
at the messages, Oxtail. There's some messages there for you.
Where am I? I see them. Yep, I see them there. Right, listen, there's a convoy coming. Marine Gym 115. Our refs in Cambusland tomorrow at 10 a.m. There's driving, and they're driving. It's a convoy up to the stadium, mate. All be bears together, making noise and a lot of colour. So all the best to Jim 115. A real good bear. I know he likes him on when he comes on, but it's a bit of therapy for a minute, Bridge.
Aye, he loves it. He loves it. And we love him too, by the way.
It's because he's not allowed to talk in the house. He comes on here morning, you know what I mean?
What do you mean? Don't think he's alone there. Not allowed to talk in the house. He's not alone there.
Oh dear. Right, what's the score going to be tomorrow, Hugh?
3-0.
3-0, that'll do me. Chris?
I'm going to go right out there because my predictions about the past 2 weeks. 4-1.
Oh, mate, we're going to keep a clean sheet. Come on.
Listen, let's go for it.
Jim,
got a clean sheet record.
Jim, what's the bet tomorrow?
I've not checked the prices. Obviously, I lost a lot of money the last couple of days because they've been up. But I'll bet them more. I'm going to go for a Bridgeman 1-0.
Bridgeman, are you betting out tomorrow?
No, I'm 1-0 for me for tomorrow. That'll do me fine. Let's finish the game in 90 minutes and 1-0 up. That will do me fine.
Imagine watching his football this season. 38 goals is all you'd have saw, Alex.
Just fantastic. Just fantastic, I'll tell you.
Scintillating football.
What are you going for? You having a punt tomorrow, Alex?
I'm going to do an Andy Felix here. I'm going to 5 is the number tomorrow, 55. So I'm going to go 5-0 Rangers.
Oh, I love it.
I think we're going to smack them.
Wow,
I love it.
Go on yourself.
Any thoughts, Alistair?
Stole my thunder there again. I think we'll get our swashbuckling best tomorrow. I think we'll battle them, and I'm going for 5 as well. I'm going for 5-0.
That's wee George, he's 6 foot. George VK, wee George. It's because George VK, that's his term, swashbuckling. I think this team will go out tomorrow, and I think they'll have the bit between their teeth, Bridgman, and I think they'll play well, and minimum will score is 3 goals.
Oh, I'm with you. Please let it happen. Please let it happen. I just want us to win. Personally, I think we'll be 1-9, but please let him go out there and absolutely mollocate them. Mollocate them 1-0, 2-0, 10-9. That'll do me fine. Just do it.
Yeah, Bridgman.
Yes,
Bridge,
pal.
champ. Do you think he'll into that bench tomorrow and give it a turn? The last game of the season.
I don't think they'll be far away from it. I think, but he's got to wait till a certain time just to see how things are going. But
give
everybody a chance.
Does anybody think that Andy Firth will get a game?
A good choice. A good choice. I don't think so.
He's got the best job in the world. Best job in the world, that boy.
I think there's more chance of Shane Duffy getting a game.
Oh my God.
By the way, he would get some cheer if he lifted the trophy for his money.
He would get some cheer.
Giant Stevie G could get himself signed up as a player before the morning and get him on in like the 90th minute and score. No,
I know he's got more chance of getting a game for us than Shane Duffy. I'll tell you.
The Dairy Donkey.
To be fair, they're both good doing as Rangers legends, if you're being honest.
Scott Brown is broken. Scott Brown is broken. Sorrow. I
bet your wife's sick of that song.
Oh, she's sick of me. But seriously, that's a wonderful. Well done, Alec.
Oh, Alec, that was a good minute. That was funny. Listen, thanks for his. I'm going to go through his. Just a shout out for whoever you want, and we're going to wrap the show up now. But thanks for coming on. We'll start for Hugh.
I'd just like to shout out to the Plymouth True Blues. I'd like to shout out to everybody at Rangers Radio. I'd like to shout out everybody at seeing Rangers being demoted and then passed away, never to see 55.
Thanks, mate. Brilliant. Thanks. And again, all my regards for me, Foxhall Schoolboy, and everybody here at Rangers Radio to the Plymouth True Blues, mate.
Thank you.
Chris?
I just would like to give a shout out to you guys and all the guys in the YouTube chat. And as I always say, Ian Grieve, brilliant man. And another thing, this is 55, and this coming year, 150 years, this is us, and we are back where we belong.
Well said, mate. Well said. Again, I hope you enjoy your day, and all the best to everybody on the YouTube chat that you're building up a community. Thanks to you and the people on there, and thanks to Kim, who's helping keep these in order on there, yeah?
She tries.
She tries, aye. Jim for Paisley, one of the stars of Rangers Radio.
Oh, gee, I just want to reiterate what I said earlier on. Tomorrow's the first day of the rest of our lives, and I also like to give another shout out to our brother, because we're all down here at his house tomorrow. All the boys that said was it again. We're all getting picked up. We're all getting, well, I think I'm making the buffet, I'm not sure. But anyway, never mind that. But it's going to be a good day tomorrow. I hope all the Bears, wherever they are, all over the world, enjoy their day tomorrow, Oxshire.
Here, mate. Here. Alex Kelly.
I'd like to thank both yourself and Bridgman and all the team at Rangers Radio for putting on a wonderful show for the entire season, and all the good people that I've met off it. Port Bear and Big Stevie for the drum, Andy for Leeds, his brother Shuey, and Spanish Billy, as we've introduced them. All good people. But the one person I'd most like to thank most out of everybody would be my dad for introducing me to Glasgow Rangers. I thank him for giving me the red, white and blue colours and putting the shirt on my jersey when I was a young lad, and just thank thanks to everybody, and hopefully we'll all stay safe and enjoy it. And thanks again, people.
Alistair?
Well, first thing for me is thanks for inviting me into the Rangers Radio community. It's a privilege to be involved with you, and thank you very much for that. The one guy that I want to give a shout out to is a guy who's no longer with us. My love for this club was cultivated back in September 1986 when I got a programme from a guy called Scott Alexander, who was a janitor at the school that my dad worked at. And every single weekend he would get me a programme, he'd buy me a programme, and we developed a friendship, we developed a mutual friendship through the love of our club. And sadly, he's no longer with us. He passed away a couple of years ago. So I want to dedicate this title to him. And I wish he was here, but sadly no longer with us. But thank you very much for the opportunity. Thanks for inviting me on. And everybody out there, Rangers supporters out there, you thoroughly enjoy tomorrow and you relish tomorrow, because this is the start of something absolutely fantastic for our football club. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, and everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's emotions are up. But Bridgeman, it's over to you, mate.
What can I say? What a fantastic once again, Oxjeff, and of course the boys in the background. A fantastic evening. What a tremendous patter, brilliant laugh, and we're all eyes a kite looking for the big result for tomorrow. Let's hope it happens. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, huge platform for the Rangers fans, and I hope they all enjoy it. Tomorrow, biggest game of my supporting Rangers. This will be the biggest game for me ever. Marvellous up to now. Please keep it going. Get us past it, Rangers. Get us past it. Get us through. Keep it going. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers. Go out there and do it. Keep it going.
Can I thank all the callers tonight? For Christchurch and Dorset, no New Zealand, for Plymouth and Devon, for Denver, Colorado, for Irvine and Ayrshire, for Big Al just north of Sydney. Fantastic. To everybody who's took the time to call in this evening, thanks very much. Thanks to Skipper at the start of his show with his mad humour. Always great to have Skipper on. Thanks to everybody that called in. Thanks to Alistair and Bridge for supporting us in the show. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue doing the technicals. Thanks to everybody for listening. Please stay safe tomorrow and enjoy your day. And remember, we are the people. Take it away, Old School Blue.
To be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, champions, for the champions, stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up.